So if you feel like life keeps crushing your plans again and again and again and again and again, then this video is totally for you. Because I have that experience too. And there is a good reason for why life keeps doing that to you. And that's what I want to discuss right now. Well, let's say you had some idea to start something in your life, be it a business, be it some creative endeavor, and you have a particular outcome that you want to reach. You want to achieve something with that. And you try and you try and you try again and again and again. And it doesn't matter how hard you try, it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, it just doesn't go anywhere. And you make all these fancy plans about what you're going to do and how much money you're going to earn and everything else that we set as an achievement. So you make all these great plans, and it doesn't have to be business related. It can be basically anything. You just make plans and then life crushes them again and again and again. Well, what's the reason behind that? Why does life hate me? Does the divine hate me? Why does it keep crushing my plans where I put so much effort in it? I put my heart, my mind, my soul, my everything that I've got, I put it into this thing, and then life crushed it. That's a very it's very strange experience at first, but then it becomes very freeing. How can that be freeing? How my life plans getting crushed can actually free me? And that's the reason behind it. The divine does that for a reason. It's to make you surrender. And surrender does not mean that you stop doing things that you love and things that you believe in. It means that you surrender the outcome. Life keeps crushing your plans because your persona, your ego is too much involved in it. And if you're on the same path as I am, or at least similar, this will happen probably multiple times during your life. Life will crash your plans again and again so that you can learn to operate from a deeper place. You can learn to operate from a more spontaneous place. You stop micro planning and managing all the things in your life. Instead, you allow whatever you feel right now, whatever inner guidance tells you, that's what you do. And you don't get attached to the things that you produce. You don't get attached to the things that you create, because all I can tell you is that every time I create an attachment to the things I am creating, life somehow crushes them. And that's the lesson here. It's to not get attached to the things that you produce and not put so high level of importance on them. I know that you may think that whatever it is that you're doing may change your life, may lead you to a better lifestyle situation. Yes, sure, that's what you think. But what we think almost never happens the way we want it to happen. Life unfolds the way it wants, and all we can do is cooperate with that process. All we can do is learn to navigate it and do our best in every single situation. And that's the lesson here. It's to let go of wanting to figure it out. Let go of wanting to have everything under control. This illusion of control is so widely spread in today's society. We are taught that we need to control. You go to work somewhere, They teach you to bump up the numbers, to sell more. Or in school, they tell you that you need to study this thing hard so you can get a good grade, and you can then get into a good college, and then find the better work. So it's all about control. The entire society perpetuates that feeling of control. And that's what we essentially need to let go of. But that's the key thing here. It's not easy because the mind is scared, because it has no ground to stand on. When you truly let go and you truly surrender to the unfolding of your life, there is no ground beneath your feet. There is no ground you can stand on. It's like the divine, if you're staying on a solid ground and you think you have everything under control, the divine will destroy that ground, because you need to learn to let go and surrender. And that's not what everyone experiences though in this life. But if you're watching videos like this and you resonate with these messages, then that's a lesson that you need to also experience. It's to learn to float, so to say. And this does not mean that you don't do your duties. I mean, you still have to pay bills, you still need to take care of things, and you do that. That's perfectly fine. But you don't need to control anything. It's like you embrace what is right now. You embrace it fully, you accept it fully, and you find contentment in that. That's what life is trying to teach you or to get you to experience by crushing your plans again and again and again. So that's I don't know if it's the only way, but it's one of the ways where you think you have control over your life, and then life shows you otherwise, and then you realize that you never had control over your life. It was just an illusion that society programmed you to think, to believe in. And then miracles can happen. I'm not saying that you will hit the lottery, but I'm saying internal miracles. You can find inner peace finally. You can finally find contentment with the way your life is. Even though it's not perfect, even though there are challenges, you are deeply content with your life, because you realize it couldn't look in a different way, because this is the destiny right now. And destiny will always play out. It doesn't matter how hard you try to fight it, or how hard you try to avoid it, or you try to make something happen. Destiny is what will prevail. Destiny is what will always happen. So you're always in the right place. Destiny cannot miss you. It doesn't happen like that. It's always destiny unfolding. So if you can do your best to let go of attaching yourself to certain plans and projections about your life, fantasies you have about how your life should look like. If you can let go of all of that, you have much more peaceful life. You have much more balanced experience. And you see that it was never about control. Control as this human ego that we're playing, this human character, doesn't exist. Control doesn't exist. This human character does not control anything. It's just that you're experiencing creation through the eyes of that human character, through the feelings and everything. And this character essentially has zero control over things. Now, does this mean that the sense of control completely dissolves? No, there is still a sense of control, always. There is still a sense of, I can do something about it. Well, if you have enough wisdom, you'll be actually able to see can I do something about it, or do I have to just accept it? If you can do something about it, totally do it. Do your best, 100%. You need to take action, sure. But if it's a situation where you see clearly that you have zero control all over it, you cannot change it, it doesn't matter how hard you try, then this means that it's there to accept. And this is hard to understand and to accept and to live by that truth, because of that conditioning that society gave us, that we need to control, we need to do things, we need to change our life, we need to take so much action and so on. If you don't study, you're not going to get a good job. If you don't start a business, you'll never be rich. But what do all of these things bring you? They don't bring you inner peace. They don't bring you contentment. They perpetuate that illusion of control. And again, I will quote Jim Carrey, the famous actor, who said, I wish everyone in the world could get everything they have ever wanted so they can see that it doesn't do anything. If someone like that, Jim Carrey, who basically on paper has everything that all of society wants, if this person says that, then it means he has experienced it and he's sharing that with us, so we can realize that true happiness, true inner peace, true contentment doesn't come from external things. And I know that you've heard this, you've heard it many times, but do you actually realize it? Have you experienced that the more you try to control, the more you try to get, the more you try to gain, the more you lose yourself, the more you get out of touch with this thing that you are inside of you, your soul or your consciousness, or however you like to call it, or the divine essence within you. The more you try to get things, the more you try to pursue things, achieve things, the more you get out of touch with yourself. Now, there is nothing wrong with wanting to achieve things. There is nothing wrong with pursuing your passion. What I'm saying is that don't expect ultimate fulfillment and inner peace and contentment to come from these things. See, it comes from within. So the journey is inward journey. It's not by getting more things, not achieving more goals, doesn't do anything. You may improve your external life, but you may still feel miserable because you're out of touch with who you truly are in your depth. So that's what really matters. That's what gives you the ability to enjoy your life in whatever situation life has put you in. And until you realize this, you will try. You will try to achieve, you will try to gain, you will try to get as much as you can from this world, until you realize that you just exhaust yourself and you're not going anywhere. And it doesn't matter how much you get, it doesn't bring you anything. Because external things cannot satisfy something internally. You see, external things can satisfy external needs, but they cannot satisfy internal needs. So if you're not feeling right inside, then go more inside, go deeper within yourself. That's what you need to do. If you feel like something is not really right, I don't have peace, I don't have contentment, I hate my life. Within, you need to go within. Changing your external life won't do anything, because there is always a next level to pursue. There is always the next thing, and it never ends. And nothing wrong with starting a business, pursuing your passion. we are here to play the game. And if that's your destiny, then yes, sure, go ahead, do it. Nothing wrong with that. But don't expect to find inner peace in that. No way. And yeah, life will keep crushing your plans until you realize that you don't need any plan. You can just live life from a spontaneous place. And that's what brings you joy, because you have no attachment to anything. On the deeper level, of course, you're attached to some things on a human aspect, sure. You're still human. You will have certain attachments. You cannot completely get free of every attachment. Maybe it's possible, but I have not experienced it, and I have never met someone who has truly experienced that. On a human level, you have certain attachments, but deeply, it's like you don't hold on to things. You don't need anything to hold on to. You can let go and you can just live. You can just exist and enjoy this existence. And there will be pain, there will be suffering, there will be struggles. Sure, that's part of the movie, that's part of the play. But nevertheless, you're still centered within, you're balanced, you have inner peace, and the more you get in touch with that aspect of yourself within, the better your life becomes, the more you can enjoy life. So yeah, life will keep crushing your plans, and that's for you, so you can let go, so you can surrender and experience what surrender means. Surrender doesn't mean no action. It means you take action without putting this obsessive effort, and life still moves, things still happen. You don't need to get obsessed over things, because that's more attachment, that's more misery. So you want to do your best to let go and to surrender. And that's not something you can force yourself to do. It's good that you watch videos like this, so you can become aware that there is a reality of surrender and letting go. But there is a stage where you just need to go through it. You need to try to get things. You need to try to achieve things until you get to a place where you see, like, it just exhausts me, doesn't bring me anything, doesn't matter how much I get. And then surrender happens, then letting go happens. By just sitting down and meditating, yes, it may speed up the process a little, we could say. You could experience a glimpse of surrender and letting go if you have a meditation practice, or just you have mystical experience. But in order to sustain that state, to become a living thing within you, you need to go through the stages. So you cannot bypass the stages, you need to go through them. And once the timing is right, so to say, you experience that surrender and letting go, and it will feel like the best thing in the world. You will feel like you have found the secret of life, and that's a very nice experience. And again, pain and struggle, they still happen, but you can navigate them, and you're okay with whatever life presents you. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for your time and attention. Check out the description box. There is one single link there, which leads to all other links, like my YouTube. You're already on YouTube, but my official website, and my email address. I actually closed my clothing brand. I closed it down because, again, I was putting so much effort and losing money at the same time for an extended period of time, and it just didn't make any sense to continue. So that's no longer available. But my website is there. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.